account challenge. We're up 19%, about $93 on the account. So today's trade, I'm gonna review. Okay, so we see market open. I seen this sell off down into a demand area. I seen this big engulfing candle. I seen how we wicked here and we wicked here. I seen us push up in this engulfing candle. I entered here. We pushed up. A little bit of chop around, push up, pull back. We held this support area right here. As you can see, we held this zone. We pushed up to here, and I took profit right there on that green candle right there, right before the little pullback. And as you can see, we continued, but that was my plan. My risk was lower today. And I think I got about like 65% out of that trade. I took one contract of 408 SPY calls. And one of the other reasons why I took that trade was we had an engulfing candle. We had volume. I don't know if you can see. We had some pretty good volume. Move this. We had some pretty good. The buyer stepped in with some volume. We came down, held this level. What made me hold the trade. I say my risk was basically down here low today. Basically right under here. All right, pushed up. Nice green push out of there. Boom, sold on that wick. As you can see now, we did continue. Break a structure, higher highs. Boom, into the supply zone. Sold off, held this whole level for a while, about a good hour. Rejected. I entered here. And the reason I did, I kind of seen this. I seen this hold, and I was looking for a push out of here, and maybe like a little double bottom or inverse head and shoulders. So I was like, all right, let me enter here. I entered right here, and I was looking for a push up, but instead we sold off. Now, my risk for that was right under this change of structure. I would have got out right there, but we actually didn't even break that level. We held. Big green candle. Got a little bit of volume push. It was around lunchtime. As you can see, continued up. So we did make like a inverse head and shoulders. And I end up exiting here. My plan was at first to hold, up, maybe to the high of the day. But I don't know, something just told me to go ahead and exit right here. So I did. I exited right there at, I think it's like 12:18. So I got out right there on this little rejection. Boom, exited the trade. I seen that little like inverse head and shoulders possibly forming. Broke down the hell, but I also seen a lot of strength in Apple. That's what made me take both of those trades. This morning, Apple got a price upgrade. So I just knew that was just going to push the market up. I mean, it gapped up in the morning and it continued to push throughout the day. So once I got in here and Apple started to show that strength, it just pushed up. We like double topped here. And, this was a high risk play, this particular one right here, because the risk to reward wasn't that great, but I was willing to lose like 50% of today's profits. I felt pretty good about it. And, the way it, just the way the market was moving had me with a lot of conviction. And as you can see, we got on this volume shelf right here and we consolidated. Once we pushed back up here, I kind of just sat around and held at like 6%. Like I said, I lost, some value on those contracts just because they were so far out the money. They were 4-8 calls. But, we definitely got that push up out of, this volume load. Like I said, Apple showed a lot of strength today and pushed up. I could have took puts, but I didn't want to risk any more on the day. I figured we had a pretty good day. Take our profits and run. Had some buying power left over. Only took a contract, basically 2 contracts, one of each, and that was basically how I traded today. I had my plan, had my stop loss, had my risk in order, had my profit targets. already kind of set. Did I take profit a little early? Yes. Sometimes you just got to do that. Sometimes you get that feeling. Once you get that feeling, okay, boom, I got it. Because you got to remember, I brought here, came down. My first instinct was to sell it. Like a break even. You know what I mean? Just to get out. But I just seen the way it was wicking, and I held. And as you can see, it was in that volume low. So it was like, look, either I was either gonna fall back down, fall to this gap. I probably would have cut early. But as you can see, we still had support here. And then we had built a support here, and like I said, Apple just took off, so it ended up pulling the market with it. And that was my second trade, and that is how I got 20% out of 4 8 out of the money spot calls. We had $93. We were gearing up to $100 on this account. So hopefully we'll start to be able to take some better contracts closer into the money, or maybe even be able to size up a little bit. And once we get over that 100, 150. But you never know what the day brings. We taking that time. Even taking small gains that's just adding up. I'd rather take small gains over losses any day. If I enter a trade and I catch 10%, I mean I'm exiting. I don't care if it's $2, $3. I'd much rather take that and be done for the day and have some green on the account. Because like I said, we're trying to build this account pebble by pebble and then brick by brick, rather than trying to hold for the biggest moves and end up like, let's say if this trade went wrong, I would say I was risking profits on the day and I was going to risk 50% of it. We still would have been green, but at the same time, this is a high risk play. But I had some conviction. But at the end of the day, thinking about the small account, when I was just up just a couple percent, just like $1 or $2, maybe I probably should have got out because I ain't know what was going to happen here. We could have fell back down and then boom. So, but we're building this account really slow, and once we get up to that 100, 150, we'll at least be able to take like one or two $50, $60 contracts on SPY, which move just a little better and just take some more risk off of us. Then once we get up to that 150, 200, then we can take some $70, $80, and maybe we can get two trades in, maybe one trade, but they just move better, less risk, a little closer to the money, rather than being so far off the money. Because you got to remember, we started the day at, 4, 4, 4, 5, and I took 4 8s. And mind you, did get up to 4, 7, 45. And then, when I took this trade, we were at 4, 6. We dropped our way down almost to, 4, 5. Having 4, 8 contracts is, 3, 4 strikes out. So, we at least want to be 1 or 2 strikes out to have better risk and not get chewed up by theta and things like that. But we're getting there. Slow grind. Day 5. Like I said, I won't be trading this account every day, but I will be trying to take the best setups possible. This setup right here. Entering here wasn't a great entry. That was like a C setup. But at the same time, like if I had waited and maybe entered somewhere in here, that would have been an A+ setup, because now you kind of got that invert confirmation of that inverse head and shoulders. And, you basically showed support, all through here, this box, this box, this box. So, it would have been a little better confirmation. We got a little more volume coming in. And also at the same time, if you look at this time, this is Wall Street, New York lunchtime. So not a lot of volume is there. And as you can see, kind of once they slowly start to come back from lunch, as you can see, we sold off hard, and we sold off, all the way down to the rest of the day. It actually was a little small trade here at the end of the day. I want to sell off. Yeah, these order blocks here wicked. Boom, but overall, it's a pretty good day. Apple pushed the market, and please like and subscribe and donate to the channel. $1, $5, anything. If I do, I'll use those dollars and throw them into the account, because that's what trading is about. Building that account. You build the account with profits. You also build the account by slowly adding money in when you can. that you're willing to risk just so you can get to your goal faster, being able to, size up a little more and have some cushion. So, if you feel free to Cash App or Venmo, it's in the bio, and I'll use those little, $1 or $2 to add into the account and help this account grow and see what we get it to. But this challenge is actually just to show traders that you can take 50, $70 and play with one or two contracts, what I mean, and test your skills and your knowledge without risking a lot of money, and being able to get some W's and be green on the day and show some consistency. And the thing about building small accounts like this, it's high risk with one bad trade. If you take one, let's just say I didn't take this trade and I took this trade, which wasn't great, and I lost 50% on the day. Now I think the contract was maybe $20, but I mean, if you got a $50 account and I lost 50% of that, that was $10. I mean, that would have been $20, 20 some dollar contract, and I lost. I think it was actually a $30 contract, and I lost 50% of that. That's 15, 16 something dollars. With slippage and everything. So you gotta remember, on the $50, you would have been down significantly. So that this is what teach you patience. And once you start to grow these small accounts, it becomes real easy. So when you do decide to size up, or you get a bigger account with a couple grand in it, what I mean, when you get up to that place where you got a couple hundred grand, you just know you can, build back from come back from losses and different things like that. So these challenges are like boot camps, like training exercises. Don't be afraid to do them. If you blow up that account, it's easy to put $20, $30, $40, $50 back into an account, and start over again, and you don't feel so bad about it. I mean, you'd be like, okay, I mean, you probably spend that on Uber Eats, what I mean? But you'd rather do that than end up, losing thousands, and you're in a bigger hole. I mean, even starting these challenges with 100 or two isn't bad. If you lose 50, or you might load 50 back in, and start back at 200. But this right here is just to test your skills, test your patience, put you through a boot camp, see what you see if you can recognize an A+ setup, a B+ setup, and what I mean, take your trading skills to another level. I mean, I also traded on my big account today. I got 145% on those same 4 8s on my bigger account. I got in pretty early, and then I took the position on my other account, on this challenge account. So listen, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. If you got any questions, please ask them. Like I said, I take small donations. I'm not this super rich trader. I take small donations. I add it into an account, and we'll just continue to grow this account and see where it goes. And I'll continue to doing these videos. Thanks.